Hello, wealthy people. Welcome back to the Wealthy Place. My name is Ada. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the first time, and today is gonna be a quick story time. Okay, I saw a video of Vicky James recently on Instagram where she was talking. Just watch the video.
Married folks or intending married folks, if you know that you're planning your wedding or that you already had your wedding, tell me, what is that one thing that happened during your wedding that you would never forget? That one situation that really broke you, maybe on the wedding day or the day before, maybe one vendor or something that happened that really messed you up and almost put you down during the wedding period. When we were planning our wedding or during our wedding, that one time that I was so heartbroken and I felt really frustrated and helpless was the time where I realized that the venue that we had booked for our wedding was given out to another client the day before our wedding to use for another event. So we were not able to start the decor for our wedding and put things in place the day before. We had planned to start putting things in place even 2 days before. We felt like we had an understanding with the event center and all of that, but we were not able to start our decor until the midnight, like the early hours of the day of our wedding. I got to the venue and I was so heartbroken and I wish I knew better. It was like a very messed up situation. So guys, tell me, what is that one thing that happened during your wedding that drove you crazy, that you would never forget?
My dear, the comments were over 2,000. As at the moment of when I saw it, was over 2,400 comments of other brides sharing instances they also experienced that were painful. I'm going to share some with you. But before we go into that, I have personal experiences. Personal experiences I want to share with you. A friend of mine offered to make our wedding cake for us, saying it was a gift she wanted to make since she wouldn't be able to make it to the wedding. I said, fine, thank you. I already have a cake in mind. I've already contacted someone to make the cake for me. She said she wants to do cake for us. I sent her pictures of the cake I wanted. This is how I want my wedding cake. This is my preference. She said, fine and good, she will do it. Along the line, I reached out to her. How far? How is it coming along? She said, fine. Are your colors purple and gold? I told her specifically on that call, yes, those are my colors, but I don't want them reflected in my cake. This is how I want my cake. White with green flowers attached. This. I sent you a picture. That's what I want. She said, no problem, no problem. She just wants to know. I said, okay. People of God, imagine how I felt when my chief bridesmaid came a day to my wedding in the evening with a purple and white cake. In my house that evening was a friend of mine, the CEO of Palace of Caris Cakes in Enugu, one of the highest caterers or bakers in Enugu. She was in my house. She was my friend from youth service. She had come all the way from Enugu for my wedding. She was to do my wedding cake. She was there when she saw it. She was like, you can't wed with this. No, you cannot walk down the aisle with this thing waiting for you. She wanted to bake a new cake that evening, Friday evening. We didn't have oven to bake cake. We didn't have anything, icing, anything. She didn't come with any equipment or any tool. Where are we going to start from? Tomorrow is wedding. I was crying. I was frantic. I called my mom. I called my husband to be at the time. I called my mentor. My husband was like, can she do the cake? Can we send money? Can we buy cake? It was my mentor who told me, how bad is it? I was like, I didn't want a purple cake. I wanted white cake. I wanted green flour. I wanted this. To make matters worse, I had given my chief bridesmaid money. If you're watching this, I gave my chief bridesmaid money, say, buy Mr. and Mrs. There's this stuff, like an applique or stuff they put on the cake, Mr. and Mrs. Buy it. So when the cake came, I was like, did you buy that stuff? She said, yes. I said, okay, at least that will bring out the beauty of the cake somehow. We got to the reception venue on the wedding day now with that cake. When we got to the venue, I walked in. I did not see the Mr. and Mrs. on the cake. The cake was just looking plain, just seated there. I don't know if I can find a picture of that cake anywhere just to put it. My hall was well decorated. We invited a decorator from another city to come down to decorate our hall. The hall was big, beautiful. Then you just see the small cake. Ha! I was like, no, this is not what I wanted. And I turned to my chief bridesmaid. Say, where is the Mr. and Mrs. stuff now? At least let something beautify the cake. She said she could not find it. I'm laughing now, eh? But on that day, I wasn't happy But that's a tip for all brides to be. No matter what goes wrong on your wedding day, please don't let it show your face, because your pictures will tell 10 years down the line. It's 6 years now since that incident happened. And I'm happy when I look at my wedding pictures. No picture can reflect that I was not happy concerning the cake or anything else. I was able to maintain steeze. Okay? So maintain your steeze, maintain your composure as a bride to be, no matter what goes wrong. I'm going to read a few of the comments I saw on Vicky James' Instagram account of some brides and their experiences during their wedding. Coincidentally, the first comment was my younger sister's comment. Hey, hey, my younger sister who got married last year. My dear, I'm going to read it. The first comment you see is Aru Blessing Obi. That's my younger sister. She said, my wedding cake was rubbish. I had to call her when I saw this comment. I even asked her, really? You can see the comment there. I had to call her. What happened? She said her wedding cake, the caterer did this. I was like, oh my God. The decoration was superb, but the cake itself was nothing to write home about. Okay, so let's go down to see the comments other people have. This one says, my mother died on my wedding morning. I'm talking about 6 a.m. on Saturday, April 6th, 2024. The story is long, but in the end, guess what? I hid this from my wife because I wanted to make sure that not even the devil could stop my wife's joy. This was a man writing this. So sorry for your loss, but he was able to hide this from his wife, went on with the wedding. So sad. The next comment there says, my ring bearer and the flower girl were fighting over a lollipop. Their children. Over 2,000 comments. When I was reading through, I was like, oh my God, brides really go through a lot. See this one. This one says, they brought tear gas for me instead of fog smoke. If instead of fog smoke machine, my eyes turned red. That fog smoke that people have in their weddings. This one, they brought tear gas for you instead of the fog smoke. It's funny now, we are laughing about it, but I can assure you when it happened, this person could have been in tears. Like, why were your eyes still red on your wedding day? You are crying because of tear gas. This one says, my photographer lost all our wedding pictures and videos. He said his memory card got damaged. Over 50 comments in this Vicky James Instagram account had the same comment. My photographer, my videographer, my photographer. Oh my God. I even have a friend, Mama Dawn, if you're watching this. She does not have any picture from her wedding day except the picture someone took with their phone. Just one, two. Just those are the few pictures she has where she had a photographer she paid for. This one says, they moved Nigerian presidential election to my initial wedding date. Makeup vendor refused to rebook or refund. Now, so my mama used leg go her makeup studio, go collect my deposit with her hand. This one says, the gele artist, I wish I could forgive her, but I can't. She did nonsense on my anointed head. Look at this sad one. I and my family were robbed on our way to my wedding ceremony in the East. They took everything from us, my wedding dresses, everyone's clothes, souvenirs, including our car. The only thing they didn't take was our lives and the clothes we were putting on. They even took our family friend who was driving us. Thank God they dropped him off at another village without asking for ransom. We slept on the road in a strange land. Thank God for a good Samaritan that took us in the following day. We had to make last minute preparations about 3 days to my wedding for our clothes, souvenirs, etc. I just thank God they didn't take anyone's life and my wedding still held on the date as already planned. 18th November 2022. I will never forget that day in a hall. Such a sad one. So sorry, sis. Let's go on. Keep reading comments. I love reading comments. I don't know about you, but I love reading comments. Oh, this one actually called out somebody. She said using at call the person's name for my trad wedding outfit was a horrible mistake. In summary, she asked me to come back after 2 hours. This wasn't a problem. Went back and the dress wasn't ready till 9 p.m. Or more last minute preparations. Last minute preparations. Anyway, the tailor did something horrible. Going. So let's keep going, reading other comments. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, give it a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to the channel. This one says, Omo, my photographer that's supposed to cover my event got arrested a day before my traditional marriage. I was calling his line a day before, just like other vendors, to make sure I'm in track and to notify them to keep their time. But that particular guy was not picking up. I rushed to his house after making my hair, but met his aunt, who told me the guy got arrested because he was framed at his place of work. I almost died and wake up. But the guy was still in police custody, making arrangements with the auntie or his friends to cover me that day. So sad. This one was not his fault. It was unavoidable. He was arrested. This one said my wedding was single-handedly organized by me and it went smoothly as planned. None of the vendors. It's not about smoothly as planned. Vendors can disappoint you. Vendors can make you feel as if you don't know what you are doing. Even those who use event planners can attest to the fact that some vendors can mess up. Caterers can just decide to be greedy and stingy and not give what you ask for. This one says my wedding was on a Sunday. My mother-in-law, sister-in-law, her daughters, and the driver had accidents on Friday before the wedding. God came through. Wow, accident, thank God. This other one says, I saw my cake bending. I can imagine. The cake was bending. You want to rush to put it to stand back. This is so long. This one says, my supposed event planner and decor called to tell me she couldn't get a DJ for me, that the guy she got did a surgery, so he won't be available because he was recovering at the time. I was so tense, furious, and confused. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that one, person did surgery now. This one said, my chief bridesmaid didn't show up. Chief bridesmaid that's supposed to assist you with last minute preparations, help you calm down, did not show up. This one says, we wanted 300 guests at our wedding. My daddy said it was too small. Then we increased to 500. Gave daddy 300 cards. Daddy collected them, but went ahead and reprinted extra 400 cards by himself and shared to his people. So when we found out, we had to look for a venue that would seat 1,000 guests. It was August, so we couldn't do outdoor. We did our reception in the university auditorium, and I said goodbye to beautiful round table decor. I can never forget. Daddy wanted everybody to celebrate in his joy. For me, I think we should understand we are Africans. Like for me, we'll talk about that video another time. Big or small weddings. These things, we know we are copying the Western world, cost of things in the economy, blah, blah, blah. If you can afford a big ceremony, please go on and have it. Invite family, friends, and relatives. Let's celebrate. It's not only during burial we'll come and gather, or when something happens bad, people will start traveling from far and wide to come. A wedding is a celebration of two beautiful families. For me, my own opinion, let's celebrate it. So daddy did nothing wrong in inviting the guests, as long as he also supported financially, of course. But there should be no burden as to do a big wedding or small wedding. If you can, do a big wedding. I had a big wedding. Glory. This one says, I planned for 150, but the entire St. Michael Catholic Church at Jagoro came through uninvited. No space to sit, but food went round. I wanted to cry when I saw the crowd. Them even stampede my security. They love you. They love you. They love you. That's why they came. If they don't love you, why else did they come? They came to eat food. If you have food, give them food. It's okay. This one says, my little bride showed up on the morning of the wedding with a very low cut and black gel on her hair. I benched her and her mother straight. Oh, no time. The little bride. I can imagine that feeling. Let's go, let's go. I know this person. Oh my God, Nancy. Nancy is married to my special papa. Once so and so. Nancy says, my decorator did not come and he did not refund. Donny Dave, God will answer you in this life. Donny Dave, why? My wedding dress, the tailor made a mess. Nancy, but I saw your gown. It was lovely. See, the hand on my dress tore in church from the shoulder. Let me just move on. I don't want to cry today. Nancy Ogbe, now Nancy Wosu. So sorry you had to go through that. Okay, so guys, there are several comments on the Vicky James video on her Instagram channel. If you have the time, do check it out. For all brides, I will say this tip to you. Please pray about your big day. Please pray about your big day. Pray against eventualities. A lot of the comments there talked about how they were robbed or they had accidents, vendors didn't show up, caterers, disappointments, videographers, photographers. Commit all your vendors to God's hand. Pray, pray, pray about your big day, because joining of two families together to begin a family is a thing of joy and it's a union made in heaven. And the devil doesn't like it. So he will try all he can to make something bad happen on that day, so that whenever you look back on your big day, rather than smile with joy, you'll be upset. So don't let the devil succeed, okay? Pray against accidents, pray against robbery. I know that sometimes God might allow some of these things happen even after you've prayed, but at least do your own part to pray. Commit your vendors to God's hands, your videographer, your photographer, your caterer, the MC, the DJ guy, the makeup artist, the tailor making your dress, the fashion designer. Commit everything into God's hands. You never know what plans the devil has. So pray about your big day, pray about everything. Commit every minute detail, including your bridal train, your ashwebi girls, the guests coming. Commit everything into God's hands. However, if something goes wrong on your big day, maintain your steez. Be composed, have composure, be happy, be excited, put up a smile. Don't let anything ruin your big day. I hope you absolutely enjoyed this video. Check out Vicky James' Instagram channel, Instagram account for more comments on this issue. Also, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Tell me something that happened to you on your wedding day or someone's wedding if you know. I'll be in the comments waiting to hear from you. I love you so much and I'm happy to have you here with me. I hope you absolutely enjoyed this edition of The Wealthy Place. Click to subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so that you get updates whenever I release a new video. Thank you so much. See you again in another video. Bye bye.